Seat. Their design team have always made the best of the parts that parent company Volkswagen give to them, with the end product always being as robust as a VW, but cooler than a Skoda. So have they been able to work their magic on what's arguably one of this decade's most forgettable cars, the Seat Toledo? Well, it's no masterpiece, but I think that Seat have done quite a good job considering this is a carbon copy of a Skoda.
Well, the interior is very Volkswagen, very plain and logical. There's not an awful lot of Seat Spanish flair in here. It does light up the word Toledo when you turn on the lights to remind you what car you're in, because let's be honest, you might forget being in such a generic Volkswagen interior for quite a long time. In terms of spec, well, there were 7 levels to choose from, but this one I'm sitting in here is the very top of the range excellence model with a few little dashes of leather and faux leather every now and then. It's probably the best choice if you're doing a lot of motorway miles, but for most people the SE models or above should have everything that you need. The controls and infotainment system are all adequate, but you do only get a 5-inch touchscreen on every single model in the Toledo range, whereas on the Leon, all but the base model did get a 8-inch screen. Also, it's a little bit plastic fantastic in here, but I don't see that as much of a problem because this car was mainly bought as a workhorse for taxi drivers or families on a budget. Well, the word budget continues here into the back. For the peanuts that you pay for the Toledo, you do get top of the class head and legroom, which doesn't really even need to be demonstrated. I've got brilliant legroom and ginormous amounts of headroom. Another thing that I don't even have to show you is the boot. It's 500 litres, trumping the BMW 5 Series, which is a £40,000 car. Well, in terms of driving performance, the theme of me not having to demonstrate anything to you whatsoever continues. You really aren't missing out on much by not having me driving this car. But having said that, it's a very easy car to drive, a very pleasant car to drive, and quite stress-free, but that's about as far as it goes. Because you miss out on any sort of driving pleasure with the Toledo, it makes choosing an engine fairly simple. If you want maximum economy and are willing to buy one of the earlier models, then you can choose the 1.6 diesel. But then why buy an older diesel when you can have a 1.2 petrol in a newer unit, which still returns a respectable 55 miles to the gallon?
Unless space is a priority, it's hard to see the Toledo's immediate appeal. And with so many more exciting choices on the market, why would you buy one?
Who better to ask than not Jeremy Clarkson, but Joseph Lloyd, who is the owner of this car and bought it just as it was going out of production in 2018. So, Joseph, what made you buy this car?
Well, the discounts available on the facelift of Toledo when they came out, they were only made between 2017 and 2018. They were astonishing. This car, the list price with metallic paint was £20,500. And I paid £12,500 for it. Really, at that sort of price, brand new, the only things you could buy with this level of space would be something like a Dacia Logan MCV or Dacia Duster. It's very economical as well. The 1 litre 3-cylinder turbo engine that is shared with a lot of other Volkswagen Group products gets somewhere between 55 and 60 miles per gallon on the motorway, which is really good, and it has plenty of power too.
Joseph Lloyd, by the way, from Lloyd Vehicle Consulting. He does have a YouTube channel with car reviews on, but yeah, Joseph can also source a car for you. If you'd like a particular car to be found, he will trawl the internet and the country to find you your ideal car. The Toledo is everything that a modern family car should be. Cheap, spacious, well built, safe, and for that, you can't fault it.